Hello everyone, I'm Little K. Today we talk about creating paintings. There is also the analog connection. This part of the network is set up. First we click on this setup. Click Setup. In the fourth option here, there is a network setup. Network settings first. We click in. Take a look. Invite to the site. Automatically join the site. This one is painting. Painting name. The code of painting. This side is the site. Site IP, the name of the site. Priority of the site. The most important thing is to create a painting. Join the painting. Unpainting. Invite the site. Disbanded site. This must also be important. It is like a way of communication between people. So we had to create a painting. It can communicate with others. In this state, is not created. IP can be modified. Of course, if you create a painting, IP cannot be modified. Once created, it cannot be modified. Then let's first determine an IP on our side. My IP is using 2.0.1. And then, priority is not to be bothered. You don't have to worry about the painting ID. I haven't changed the name of the painting. And then, this site password. We'll change the password. I don't care. At this time, I click on the creation. After creating it, you will have one here. Create a good site. It will appear here with one click. In this state, it is created. If you are doing it for the first time, create this change ID. Change IP or modify or something. The software must be restarted. The software must be restarted. Can be used. What does it mean to create this site? Let's say I'm going to communicate with WasteWag now. Right. Or communicate with MA2. Then they must have this IP. Then our software. First we open this plugin. What about plugins? The first was modified to MA2. There is no problem with this. And then, this IP must be the same as the IP we created. It's the same. Choose a painting here. Painting 1, Painting 1. There is nothing wrong with this setting. Same as IP. MA2. Same as painting. Note that this is 1. Then you can't fill in a 2. If you fill in 2, you will definitely not be able to use it. Right. Fill in a 1. Fill. One is fine. Okay. At this time, we connect first. Connect this MA2. Connect this swig again. We connect MA2. What about after creating a painting? In the painting of this network second item here, there will be an empty table setting. Is the setup of our current simulator. MPU settings. Then we need to connect 3. Naturally, you have to set it up in 3. First, let's zoom out. Let's open the same version of this MA2. Some people say that it can be connected to the MA2 of 3.125. No, you can't. It must be the same version number. We open MA2 and double-click. Run it. After the run, some may be different from my interface, but we can do it according to my operation. Click View. Here is a window for the site connection. Let's click a bit. Click 1. It will pop 1 like this, an option. There will be an IP like a computer here. Its IP is 127.0.1. Can it be used? It cannot be used. Why? Because it has to follow it. This IP is the same. Then we click on it. There is a MA2 here. IP. We can make changes. Change to 2.0.1. Local connection 3. Okay, I said as long as it changes. The IP must be restarted. Then let's restart the software. Let's open it again. After we opened it, you will see this. It is already showing up as 2.0.1. Now this one has appeared. Our MA site. But it doesn't connect. Still in the state of hearts. Right. At this time, we need to be like just now. Second option, find MA3. Here's an addition online. Or add one, delete one. We add an online one. After adding, now the IP is 2.0.1. Its native passwords one by one, not passwords. A number model of this machine. Date. Then here's a stop. Painting. Be sure to join. How to join? How to automatically join? Right-click. It will automatically join. Then the user changed here. Stock. Grandma. You see that after it turns green, it represents a successful connection. Let's see what comes next. Version number. Further back. Neither nor anymore. We can close. Close. We can take a look. This one is also smaller. We're connected. How can you see that it is connected? Stars shown in green. The company of the representative is elected. The lamps are all on the ground. It was because we didn't hang the lights. So in the next few lessons, there will be hanging lights. Let's choose randomly first. Consciousness records all consecrates. You see that the light is running down. That means that these lights are gathered here. It means that it is connected. After connecting the lights, can perform any programming operations. This is connecting MA3. Then I'll turn this off. We use it now. WYSIWYG. We first just created. Paintings were also created. Created painting 2.0.1. This plugin is also set up for it. 2.0.1 wave break 1. Then close. At this time, we need to open this software and double-click. Double-click on it to open that file. It. Prompt, empty desk cannot be connected. See what is the reason. First of all, it is important to have an option inside the empty table. Needs to be opened. In the settings of the empty desk option. Item 4. Global settings. Click on 1. Way spring. Way off means that you can connect. On means connected. Open way on. At this time, we enter this live mode. It's this live mode. Device manager. We put. Select it. We dot the connection. It connected. Right? We see attributes. Attributes. Its properties are important. Let's take a look first. How is it connected? 3,456,789 to 14. Okay. I'm deleting this. Let's do it once. Do it again. It is equivalent to nothing at this time. How do we connect with it? Let's click Live. Device Manager. Create a new one. After creating a new one, there is a cancel here. Empty platform. Empty platform. Manufacturers of empty platforms. Manufacturer we find. MA lighting. Then we find the first one and that's it. Dot insertion. Once inserted, there is an option. There is an option. We double click. There is no need to change the above. Where is the address? Where should the address be filled? Let's look at this. We turn this on. Grandma space 1. Grandma space 1. Then we'll fight. Strike. Not capitalized. It should be lowercase. G R A M D. Capitalization. MA. Space 1. And then, we tie the binding on. I have been using it since the third one. Right. 3. 4. You can also use allocation, but if it is distributed, it's a bit stuck for my computer, so I won't assign it. I'll just do it directly. The simplest, the roughest way. Tie them one by one so that they won't get stuck. I just used the 13. I don't care how many it uses. I'll tie it all up. It's tied. We close. We dot the connection. This is connected. After connecting, here is an automatic connection when a file is open. It's best to tick it. If you open it later, you will automatically connect yourself. After connecting, let's try to operate it. See if the lights are on. We chose the lights of the 110th road, determined to be consecrated. You see the lights are on. Then the camera also roll. This represents our matching. Part of it is wrong. It should be this 120 wrong. We can check it out. We can check it out. Let's clear it out. That's the link. I will check again when I check. This is the process of linking. This process is indispensable, so to speak. Another way is not to use this plugin link. Linking with Alternet is also possible, but I'm used to using this. Just use this one. Okay, let's close this software first. What about after closing the software? Let's talk about this part of the network. We have already talked about this. Create paintings and more. The second set sum. This one of its examples is cancel. We add one. After adding, something can be set. The output port of this empty table changes the output port. Changes the output port. Right. The first commander win. You see, the third output port is in. This means that the input should be changed to out. Output 3 or whatever it is. Then this may have to be changed out to 4. Let it go smoothly. Change to 5. 6. 7. For example, commander and fader win. These two small empty platforms. It can be modified like this. The connection including the NPU is also here. For example, if you have an NPU, click on the IP set by the NPU. With the IP of the empty platform, the tail section is not the same. 2.0.0. Casual. For example, 0.5 and 0.8 are fine when both network cables are connected. Here add an online one. It pops up for you to choose. After the selection, still the same here to call back yes. After calling yes back, behind is your NPU output. Of course, if you are using a large empty platform, light or full size. This kind of empty platform, its output here. You see it's 123,456. Then if your NPU doesn't modify either, it is also 12,345,670. Then the output port of these two ports will be repeated. So we need to modify the output port of one side. Let's say I modified this. This empty platform is more or less 90 lions. Or I changed the NPU to 7,890 a little more. This is its one setting. What about the following one? Is the use of Alternet. Because we use Arcos. So we need to export Alternet to use it. Hardware unlocking is required. I have a command win here. It can be unlocked. So I am worthy of the first line. The second line, there is no need to modify it here. Without modification, I just need to put this Alternet output activated. This input is activated. I don't care about it either. I activate it both on input and output. After activating it, you can control this Arcos. It will be green. Below this is a sit. What about sit? It was after adding Arcos. Set it. Some of that material, all of them are used to this display. Let's put it that way. Probably the one you use the most used by novices. It is to create paintings. Connect MA2. Set these outputs. Or rather, use Alternet to control a certain software. Control a server. These are the following. It's all one of its Alternets. A type of thing. One kind of other. What can I say? Agreement. This is Alternet. This is the etc. protocol. Then this MA is in it. There is an empty platform. NPC, NPU, thread. AVPU is a video server. These are networks. dimming cabinets and so on. There are many kinds, but the most commonly used ones are of course the first four. Empty platform, NPC, NPU, 3D, PU words. At present, we still use relatively few in China. The servers we use are Arcos or Watchout, or AI and so on. This is the network. As long as you can create paintings, remember the steps, you can definitely connect in 3D. It must be connected to suite. Thank you.